trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at the trade we recommended in the video last night, and that was to sell the crude oil up here at this 66.77. It now has an $800 profit in it. You'd be at break even now. Your stop would have been right above here, risking about 80 pips, so it's acting pretty good. The thing you want to be watching about this crude oil, folks, there's nothing bearish about this thing. I think it's got a chance to get right down here, and that's going to be a real interesting one at 865.24, because that's a 382 in a market that really has legs. Look at this powerful move here, and virtually no 382 here anywhere, and now we've got a ABCD and a potential 382. So really keep an eye. If you like these numbers and stuff, watch this number right here at 65.24. We're only 60 pips away, and we'll see what it's looking at. I haven't checked it at all today, but let's check to see if the AI was helping anything. Well, there was the low here in the market, and then we've had a little bit of a rally. All we did here was make it looks like a little ABCD3. So it's still on the downtrend, which is good since we're short. That didn't get to the 382, almost 382, as you can see here, and now we're coming down. But the number we're looking at down there is at 65. Double check that. We'll make sure we get it right. 65. 24, 65, 24, 65, 25, 60 pips from where we are right now. Looks like it could be a very good thing. Now, folks, so many things are happening in these markets, it's really hard to keep track of it. Yesterday, IBM had its worst day in 25 years. Okay, now other stocks are doing incredibly well. Some stocks are doing really bad. I don't usually go into stocks here, but I want to cover this because it's important what's going on, especially what's happening to the Dow Jones right now. I know it looks like it's great with the Dow Jones moving up 500 points, but folks, last night it was so bearish that I said in the video, I said it has to rally here because here's where we were. And there was the open, and then you had the big rally. If this hadn't have rallied, oh my goodness, this is a terrible rally. It should be doing this, but the banking industry is having trouble in several different areas. That's why the banks got hit so bad. But there's other stocks that are doing good. Let's just go through. Well, I don't want to go. I'm not a stock person, but it's worth showing you what's happening. Okay, so and some of you know it, and some of you don't. So I'm going to share with you what I see. So whether you mean anything or not, I don't know. But see some of these stocks. Let's just show you. Now, this used to be the leader just a few days ago. Okay, let me get the data. This is JP Morgan. It was one of the leaders. Look at it now. Okay. All right. I'll bring up IBM just to show you how good it was. It just made highs. It just made new highs just a few days ago. Look at it now. There's IBM. Just a few days ago, it was 320. Now it's dropped $100. Okay, now that's a Dow stock. That's why the Dow is down 1,000 points. Look at the banking index, folks. The regional banks. Look at the regional banks, how they've come down. Something is just not quite right, whether it means anything to what we're watching here. But some of these stocks are doing incredibly well. We have to take our hats off to JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, because they recommended Taiwan Semiconductor back here. And look at this. It just gapped up again today. Look at this. Taiwan Semiconductor. They recommended it right here. And there it is. Well, they recommended it right here. I'm sure they bought it right there, but it's making new highs. Okay. Another one, Caterpillar, is still sitting right at the highs. I mean, it's not moving at all. Virtually no selling. Bring that up and you'll be able to see that one too. Look. There it is, still up on the day. Look, 5 quiet little down days like that, boy, I'm not going to short that thing. So those are the ones that we're watching. On the other side of the coin, let's just take, if you don't want to be involved with some of these other things, let's take a look at, I don't look at this stock, but John Jameson asked me, look at MicroStrategy, folks. This is the one I think that's owned by, I don't even know that. I better shut up. Anyway, it used to be selling at $560. Now you can buy it for the price of $123. Now this is a cryptocurrency, and you can see it's been coming down. Somewhere in here, you got to get a self signal. There was a 382 right here, but you got to say, wow, that's the one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sit there and do that. I mean, when I went to work for Drexel, they said, look, our customers are accustomed to losing money. They're accustomed to making money. The one thing they're not accustomed to do is losing all their money. If you lose 25%, you're out of here. And fortunately, I didn't do that over those few years that I was there. Well, it was quite a few years, actually. All right, so those are the ones that we're paying attention to here today. Let's take a look at the other stock indices so we can hear that. Our guest today will be Mike Moore of Moore Analytics. We haven't had Mike on for a while, and we've got a position on in crude oil. Hopefully he'll agree that maybe we're heading down to that level. So get this out of the way and get this out of the way right here. And we've covered the YM. Now let's cover the Russell, which is right here. There's Russell. It's been a nice running up today. There was a run. Now see, the others are making new highs now on the day, but the Russell, you see, is not. It's not making a new high. Whether that means anything, I don't know. But we did make new highs in the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow Jones just recently, as we were talking when that Dow Jones, or when the S&P got up to our price objective of 69.05. And if you sell that, you got to put your stop at like 69.15, not risking more than that. And that's why you want to keep it. All that was, if you look at that, without anything else, there's your ABCD pattern right there, 69.0506. So far, the high has been 9, and now we're ready to possibly change here because this has been going up. So we'd have to reverse that just to see what it looks like, and we're going to bring this over here. Remember, the last part of the day is the least reliable because we've gone through so many bars up until that point on the prediction. So you can see here it's been pretty accurate with the prediction. There was a high here, and now we're coming into a potential high right here. And if that's correct, we should have a little bit. Remember, it's only probabilities, folks. That's all it is. It's just only probabilities, okay? All right, a couple things there. I mentioned the thing about the 1989. Oh, boy, this is next thing. Pay attention tonight. I hardly ever watch the State of the Union. It's State of Disunion eventually. But in 1980, Reagan was elected president of the United States. And let me see how much time I got to do this story here. I haven't got enough time to do it. Let's take a look at Apple to see how it's doing. I'll do that when we come back from the break. I think it's important because it's history repeating itself. Here's Apple. We'll see what it's doing now. It's doing pretty good. Look at that. Apple came down to the 618 and up strongly today. We're up about 7-8 points in Apple. That's another reason why the Dow is moving pretty good. So that's doing actually okay. So stay tuned, and I'll go through what happened in 1980 at the Basil Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, evidently the first 2 minutes of the show today were unrecorded, so I have to repeat that. Basically, what I was mentioning is when I was writing the newsletter from 1987, the Astro Cycles 1987 to 1992, I wrote it for 5 years and I gave it to somebody else to run it, and they ran it for the next 8 years because I was heavily involved with AI and trading and stuff. But what I said was I was on FNN, Financial News Network in Los Angeles, twice a month with Bill Griffith and Sue Herrera and Ron Insana, and I'd made predictions, and I was very good. In fact, it was a darn almost 100%. But I said, boy, just get ready for this next date coming in November. I said, because it's going to be on every page, every major newspaper in the world, Los Angeles, Tokyo, Hong Kong, London, Paris, all those will be on the front page. I don't know what's going to be, but it's going to be really big. And I thought the market was going to have a huge run. Well, the market came and gone, but it was on every single page. It was the fall of the Berlin Wall on November the 9th, 1989. There was a Saturn conjunction to Uranus, I believe. It was huge, and then that was what caused the breakup of the Union because it was the sickle. Of course, well, it doesn't make any difference about that stuff. But anyway, that's all I was saying. So here is the gold today. You can see here we had a beautiful Gartley pattern set up right here, down $160 from the high, and then we have a nice little run up going up. Now look at this. Remember when we have a good, strong trend like that? You're going to see that. Let's just switch over to show what the AI was doing at that time. And there you can see there's where we had the low, and then you had the pullback here. The first 382 was right there. You can see it right there. It makes a higher high, and you go up. Oh, boy, I can't do that right now. Hold on a second. There it is right there. Just a second here. Hold on. Hey, Mike, I'm doing my radio show. I'll call you in 45 minutes. See you later, pal. Okay. Anyway, that's what it's doing right now. And, of course, it's still going higher for the rest of the day. So that's what it looks like here in the gold market. Okay. Excuse me. All right, let's go on and take a look at some of these other things that I wanted to cover here today. We've covered the crude oil, the other stuff we're watching, the euro. Oh, silver. Silver's acting incredibly bullish, folks. I mean, it really is. Here's another perfect example here. Now, this is just the hourly chart, and you can see here we haven't had hardly any corrections in here. None of these have been even close to 382. They've just been straight up. Now, we dropped $4. Okay, now you go back to the last low, which is right back here, and just measure to see how close that would be to the 382, because that was the last low. And you put it in, and there it is, within 2 cents of the exact low in silver. And then you can see it went up, it pulled back to the 78%, but this is your trend. If it breaks below that 382, which it hasn't done in any of these sequences, then that's it. Now, we also have to look at silver from the ABCD standpoint, all right? And that's where we are right now. Here's where we are. There's your low back here on the 5th, A, B, C, and D. So we're going to draw those in, and okay, and we're still looking for that price of 93. Remember that's a really big ABCD. Plus, if you looked at this on the daily, that's also the one that we want to be watching up into this area, right up into here. This is no longer functional because we took this out. You see, the whole sequence in silver changed here when we held this low. This is some data yesterday. I had no data yesterday, folks. Well, I was online with you, because I didn't have anything. So this pullback that we're coming up to, we're going to see it. There it is now. We're going to draw it in. It's going to be at 93. There it is. That's going to be your ABCD at the 50% level in silver. All right. And the one in gold is at 93.40, I believe. So we got to watch those closely as we come into these levels. Now, we've had huge swings here, and they've raised the margins and all that stuff. But the odds favor that we have made a major high in silver. We won't take that out. Same thing in gold. More so in silver than in gold. Okay, that's the main thing. If we take a look, let me just look at the Mike Moore's coming up here at the break here. If we look at platinum, you'll see that it is also weakening. It's not anywhere near where it was. Let's just get up the daily chart so we can see it easier. Look, the platinum is just right at the 382 almost right now. There it is at 22.32. What was the high today? High yesterday was, let's get this out of the way so we can see it. High yesterday was 22.13, and today's high was 22.15, a little bit higher high. The number is 22.32. So I've got to put that beeper in because that's telling you it's much, much weaker than gold and silver. That tells you that these metals are most probably made some type of a major top because they do run in unison as they go through some of these things that we're paying attention to here. Okay, now let's get up here. Where are we with some of these other things? Hello, operator. Let's get, that trade in the old S&P ain't looking too bad, is it? Well, yeah, well, keep your stop working if you sold that up there at 05. And it would take a look at this, and we'll get out of the way and move over. Oh, someone's asked a question about wheat because wheat has hit a major 382 on a long-term weekly, folks. So let's get it up here so we can take a quick look at it, get the daily up, and you'll see where we are here. It's working okay. There's where we are. There's the wheat. Now what I'm going to do now is move this all the way over here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be watching. We're going to go way back here, folks. That's where we're going to go to. That's when wheat was trading at 720. And look what the retracement was. There's your high. There's your low. And there you are right there at 781. We're now at 722. That one's working pretty good also. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's the key. And I don't know what the answer is, but I know where the keyhole is, but I don't have all the answers. All right, now let's get on one other question someone was about Goldman Sachs. It's been acting incredibly bullish. And hold on right there. And there it is right there. Well, there was a high up in here. It's up today. It was down yesterday along with the rest of the banks, but it's holding up here relative today. Folks, there's something wrong in the credit markets, the thing called private credit, where people go to they bypass the banks. Oh, what a great deal that is. That's almost as good as the, negative interest rates, because when you buy these ETFs and other stuff, it says right in there, we might not be able to pay your money to you immediately. It might take us a little time to get there. Now, hello, operator. What does that mean? Well, if you were in OWL Investments, you took probably a minor bath, if nothing else. But some bad things are coming to the stock market, folks. Oh, I forgot it. The most important thing today in the State of the Union, if Mr. Trump says it's my economy now, turn off the light before you go to bed, because it ain't going to come on in the morning. Because in 1980, Reagan said, I'm going to turn the bull loose. And the market went down for 19 months before it turned up. So let's see what happens. Enough baloney. Let's get on to Mr. Michael Moore.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in a fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we've got Mike Moore of More Analytics in the house. Mike, how you doing?
Larry, how are you? Good to see you.
Living the dream, baby. Hey, we're short some crude oil. We got some to go on the downside, you think? Let's start out with that.
Not yet, but let's see here. All right, let me move this out of the way. Okay, crude oil. Oops, sorry. This disappeared on me. Can you see this okay?
Yeah, coming in great. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, just a little backup from where we're at here. We held exhaustion below at 54.89. We've rallied $12.32 up to this high. A number of other bullish calls in here. One that you should be aware of is the trade above 65.51 to 52 also now projects this upward $5 minimum, $14 plus maximum. And the maximum could be detained within 3 months. Now, we've broken above that here. However, that said, I said we may be in yet another last stretch of the move up from the lows with possible exhaustion to contend with on the way up at 67.42 to 58 and higher. And we came just shy of that with a
We sure did.
whatever the high is here, sorry. With a 67.28 high. So if this holds and we start failing below these lines here, then this whole thing should come off. But we still got to fail below them. This line right here is going to come in at 65.61 plus 1.3 per hour starting at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have a number of lines that are coming in right here. So we break below that, I think this whole thing should come off. The real story is, if you don't mind me jumping around here, is the heating oil. The heating oil broke above a major formation here on the continuation charts. Now, this is in the March contract. Even though we've rolled into the April, you can't use the April contract in these continuation charts because the March is still on the board. Now, the heating oil right here, we've seen a very extensive move to the upside. We held exhaustion below at 202.76. We've rallied 52.39 cents into today and even more than that. But I said here that we're testing a very significant formation at 269.92 in the March, a solid penetration above which will project this upward 37 cents minimum, 80 cents plus maximum. And for those of you that don't understand what that means in crude dollars, a 37 cents minimum would be 3,700 ticks times 0.42. That would be the equivalent of $15.54 in crude. So a solid penetration is actually more than 358 today. It's about 375. We got the 375 above it, although I said that I would refrain from leaning against it as a long. If we fail back down through it by that amount, 375, then this whole thing should capitulate and really start to come off. So that's the key to be watching in the March contract. As far as the April contract in there, we're hovering above this formation right in here. And if we fail below that, which is going to come in at 349.45, plus 7 per hour starting at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we break below there decently, then this thing should start to capitulate and come off. And then there's other shorts recommended below 353.86, 235.86, and then again below 235.09. This one right here, which comes in at 234.96 as of 1 o'clock p.m. I would also note that if we leave a maintained gap lower tomorrow in the crude oil, sorry, I'm jumping around here a little bit. Just bear with me. If the crude oil leaves the maintained gap lower tomorrow, it's going to leave a minor bearish reversal above, but it's ideally situated for a sell-off, especially if that heating oil fails that major formation. So the main key is, since the heat was really leading us to the upside, is to be watching what that March does around that major formation up there. And then jumping to the RBOB, or unleaded gasoline. Okay, in the RBOB, we held equivalent exhaustion below at 191.84. We've bounced 34.64 cents up into these highs. And then I said that we're in this possible exhaustion area. The top of the exhaustion area is 226.12. We touched above it just a little bit there with a 226.44 high. We're still basically holding it. We've held it 3 times now. Now, if this takes out this formation right here on the downside at 221.82 to 79 decently, that's going to project this downward 4.8 cents plus, which is not a lot, but that will be ideally situated just like the heat, where if this fails, the crude fails, the heat fails, then this whole thing should come off. I would also note, I don't normally talk about this on the show, but on the June D spread, which is also a harbinger of what's going to happen in the complex, this actually turned bearish on the 20th at 5 o'clock. So this has been drifting underneath it, and now it's coming off further. The maintained gap lower in there will also leave a minor bearish reversal above.
What spread is that, Mike?
You ready for commercial break? You want me to jump into the Brent?
No, I think, yeah, let me double check here. No, we got a minute and 20 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, so the Brent, likewise, if we leave a maintained gap lower tomorrow, that will leave a minor bearish reversal above. The Brent trade above 59.69 has brought in $12.81 of strength. A number of other bull calls in here. The trade above 65.32 projects this upward 80 ticks minimum, $7 plus maximum. Oh, we already got that, $7.18. And then number of bullish calls in there. If we fail below this formation right here, that's going to warrant a decent pressure. That's going to come in at 59.89. Excuse me, not 59.89. 69.89. If we fell back below that decently, that's going to warrant a decent pressure.
Okay, now we got to take a break, Mike. So we'll see you in about 3 minutes, okay?
Sounds good.
Be right back with Mike Moore of More Analytics, folks. Stay tuned.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, we're back with Mike Moore of More Analytics. Please continue, Mike.
Okay, Larry, just wanted to go over the gas oil to finish these out.
Yes, sir.
We held exhaustion with the 596.25 low and rallied $151.25 up into these highs. We also broke above a major formation. The trade above 709.25 projects us upward $50 minimum, $170 plus maximum. If we were to fail back down through that line decently, that's going to warrant a decent pressure. That's going to come in at 708.75. And that's a pretty flat line. So all these, if we break down below, should see a pretty solid smackdown. But right here, we're still bullish. I would also just remind your viewers to always keep an eye on the cracks, what they're doing, what they tell you about the outrights. I mean, just being long the heat crack in this recent move from, I made a call above this line right here, which dictated in this recent move up that you should be long the heat instead of the crude. That alone made you $5,500 per contract more being long the heat than the crude in 4 days. And this is showing the April crack. You made far more in the March contract. You want me to jump to natural gas?
Yes, please. Yeah, we always like that. Yeah.
Okay, natural gas is kind of quieted down. We're just sliding down in this rundown. Okay, we've been bearish more recently from the failure below at 383. We've seen 862 ticks to the downside. Also, this call in here, I said the trade below 339.20 projects this downward 240 ticks minimum, 700 ticks plus maximum. We've seen 424 ticks of that so far. Actually, a little bit more than that. We've just broken below this formation, so we've traded down to 285.20. If we were to trade back above this formation decently, that'll warrant a decent strength again. That's going to come in at 290.70. I would also caution at the same time that we may be in the last stretch of this move down from the highs with possible exhaustion levels here at 279.20 and 269.40 to 269.40 to 268.50. If we break above this line above, that's also going to warrant decent strength. That comes in at 314.70 plus 0.8 of a tick per hour starting at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
Questions on that, or would you like me to go to the S&P or something else?
Let's do S&P, and then you also do gold, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Would like to see both of those if we could.
Okay, S&P 500. I'm just going to put this down here. We've been bullish overall from 3502. We've seen 3,541 up into this bull trend. A lot of other bull calls in here. I'm not going to go over those. Those are all on hold. The break back below 69.37 is brought in 146 of pressure. That was the break below this formation right here. We came off, then we held exhaustion right here, rallied into a bullish correction against this move down. Held exhaustion right here, failed below this formation, and that is the updating I had right here. The trade below 68.75, 68 now warrants decent pressure. We did not see much of it though. We've only come off down to 68.2850 before rallying back up to the line. If we were to break above that line decently, that's going to warrant a decent strength. That's going to come in at 68.9950. Plus 88 per hour starting at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A decent penetration in there is 36.25 today. If we were to further break above this formation right up in here, which is going to come in at 69.64.70, minus 17 per hour starting at 1:30 p.m., that will project this upward 108 points minimum. And decent failure below this formation down below, which is going to come in at 68.14.85 plus 19 per hour starting at 1:30 p.m. A decent penetration below there is going to project this downward 109 minimum, 355 plus maximum. If we break below there decently and back up through it decently, look for a decent short cover to come in. I would also just note, I'm just going to show your viewers, I'm going to zoom out for a second here. You know, on a general basis, on a daily charts. Sorry, I'm just trying to squeeze these down here a little bit. These highs here are rolling over. The momentum is rolling over. The lows are rolling over here. So if this really can't get out of its way and make some real headway on the upside and really starts continuing to capitulate down here, we could see some heavier sell-offs. So just showing you this as some general market structure to be paying attention to. Would you like to look at gold? Okay, so the gold,
yep.
Pretty crazy ride in here. I haven't been on here in a while.
Crazy every day.
Yeah. Well, we've been bullish since August 16th of 2018 from 1183. We've seen 4,431. 4,443.1 to the upside per ounce. A lot of other bull calls in here. We held exhaustion above at 56.1920 with a 56.2680 high and rolled over 2,103.6. That was holding this exhaustion level right up in here. Rolled over. Then we got bullish here, bullish here, bullish here. Some hedges in here, and then more recently we got bullish above this line right here. So I just wanted to show you that visually. So the break, we held exhaustion, so the break back above 45.2010, it's brought in 749.3 strength, a number of other bullish calls in here, and then the more recent calls, I said trade above 49.35, projects this upward 100 minimum, 800 plus maximum. That should be shaved to about 750 right now. And we'd seen 334.4 coming into today. And then the trade above 50, 78, 90 also brought in 190.5 of strength. We fell back down below that line decently. That's going to warrant a decent pressure. That line is going to come in right here at 50, 73.60 minus 1 per hour starting at 1:20 p.m. I would also note that a decent trade below this formation, which is going to come in at 50.08 even, plus 10 per hour starting at 1:20 p.m. A decent penetration below there will project this downward 280 minimum, 455 plus maximum. The current decent penetration is 39.8. Obviously, that changes day by day. That's a specific number that I put in the analysis. One last thing in here. The maintain gap lower tomorrow will leave a minor bearish reversal above. And
Okay. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll have you on again soon. Please remind me, too, because I have a tendency to forget.
No worries, sir. Thank you for having me on, Larry. I appreciate it.
You got it. Mike Moore, folks. More analytics. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the Dow Jones. This was the high we made back on the 11th, if you remember. And then we've made 2,382 retracements here these last few days. Now you can see we're having a pretty good rally right in this area right here. The last time we had a really good rally was right there. There was an A, B, C, D. Let's just measure the extent of that to see if we got a chance to repeat it. So that's there. If you move that over here to right there, it ends up just about where it is right about now. So if that's equal to that and that's equal to that, that's all we're going to get. What I don't understand is, being that oversold, why didn't it rally something like that? But that's still a little bit early here in the game. Please listen tonight to the Well, I'll report on it anyway. The State of the Union, and if Mr. Trump said, it's my economy now, turn the lights out. The game's over. Well, I'm saying that because the same thing with Reagan, and I was a big Reagan backer back in the 1980s, and he was elected on November the 4th of 1980, and I was playing in a poker tournament in Bally's in Las Vegas, and the darn thing burned down the night after I had left. So quite a few people were killed, but that was a long, long time ago. Anyway, that's enough history for today. Anyway, this is what we're looking at, folks. Scenario is getting more bearish all the time. Now we're seeing private credit is having trouble. We already know that AI is asking for more and more money. And so we'll see what happens with some of these things as we go through. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. We're leaving here with the Dow Jones up 474, S&P up 55, NASDAQ up 239. So it's a bullish day so far. We'll see what happens. We've been bearish for a while. This is just alleviating some bearishness in a bear market, in my opinion.